You have asked for it, so I guess we're doing this. This is my ADE Kitchen Club setup walkthrough. The Amsterdam Dance event, big event in the world, and then we did an event called the Kitchen Club, obviously, and then a lot of people asked me, how does your setup work? Why do you do the things you do? So I'm going to run through what it is that I did, as this is a new approach for me playing, and it worked out well. The set's online. I'm going to throw a link up on the screen later on. So we're doing this. If you're ready for that, that's today's video. Let's go do it right now. Hey yo, what's up? I'm Analog Kitchen and thank you for checking out yet another video. Now, if this is your first time here, don't hesitate to click subscribe and hit that notification bell. Whenever I upload a new video, you'll be kept in the loop and you'll not miss out on anything. Stick around till the end of this video. I'll tell you all about Discord, Patreon. I'll tell you all about how to get in touch with me, if that is what you want. So, the Amsterdam Dance event just passed. It is the biggest convention for us in the world when it comes to electronic music. There are labels here, there are DJs here, there are bookings agencies here, there are party organizers here, there are big brands. So from Defected to Tool Room to you name it, you know, everyone's here. People from Berlin, people from the States, and in that sense, I also wanted to be visible with my brand, the Kitchen Club. So that's what we did. We had a really great party with Provarsi, Alex 106, Sarah Summers, Master D, Daisy Chain, Jelle Bolijn, Camille Damen, Fast Grandiose. There were so many people there, Precursor, and myself. So we did a daytime event on the Sunday, which was absolutely stunning. Thanks for everyone that came out, by the way. I mean, a lot of people didn't make it, unfortunately, because yeah, Sunday and ADE, if you start at Tuesday night, Sunday's gonna be a long way off. But the people that came, it was an absolutely amazing thing. And what we heard was the vibe was absolutely amazing. Now, I tried a new setup because I wanted to go, this is my process, it's been my process over the last year maybe. I tried to slowly, go away from the programming stuff beforehand. If you're doing a live set, it needs to be live. I kind of had an issue with myself being a guitarist and then just like playing the notes before and then standing there with the guitar and just tweaking the volume knob, as it were. So I wanted my setup to be a little bit more hands-on. So what I did was look for a little bit more of an improv kind of vibe. Now, a lot of people that are starting out that I spoke to also on the dance floor at this event went like, man, I love what you're doing, but what are you doing? So I thought to just like dedicate one video on what it is that I am doing. So I'm going to jam it out a little bit. It's not going to be a long jam. And I'm going to throw some snippets in from the party as well, so you get a vibe of what is what. Now, without further ado, fasten your seatbelt, strap in tight. We're going to go on this bumpy ride. Are you ready? Let's go. All right. Well, yeah, that worked out well. Cool. So what is happening here? First of all, if you're trying to build up a sound, especially live, first of all, you have to pace yourself, which means that don't play everything at once and don't open up the filters immediately. So what happens here, I pretty much stopped in the place where I started. There's a few things that I will explain to you. The mixer is an adamant part of structuring how your sound is working. Now, I have got not one, not two, but three baseline oriented boxes here. This is where the live stuff happens. This is running by itself. This one I can play from the keyboard through this 008 little box right here. So this is distributing MIDI. So the first channel that's blinking right now is the Minitar. Let's open it up. And it's still playing. So obviously if I am going here, so shorten the note. So this is, you can set different MIDI channels for this machine. So there's 8 different tracks that you can use. So ideally 8 different instruments. I'm only using 2 though. The JP08 is getting on MIDI channel 2, as you heard, getting and this release is pretty open, so I'd only have to hit it once and then it runs, as you can hear. So that's sitting right here. Then, as I said, the Minitar is sitting here. And I've got some effects that are sitting right here. This is the Valco KGB distortion. KGB standing for kick, guitar and bass. I've got it on the kick drum. The 909 drum computer does a few things. It triggers the DFAM. So the rim shot will trigger the DFAM. It's going into the advanced clock in, and then it will sense a pulse. So what you do is turn run stop off, you advance to the last step, you say run, because then it will start exactly on the beat. So starting the track would mean I'm going to start this, and then it starts to run. The second MIDI out is dedicated to the 303. Now there is something to say about working with 3 different bass-oriented synthesizers, right? So you have to work it out. So this is my foundation track. This is the foundation of the whole track. It will suck you into the vibe, will suck you into the music. The kick drum of the 909 drum computer sounds like this. Classic 909 kick, right? So the decay is fully open, the attack is fully open. The tuning, however, is on 1 o'clock. This would be when it's fully open, so put it back on 1 o'clock. But the trick lies within this small box that I got sitting over here, the Valco FX KGB distortion. It's a distortion pedal, I say. So if I'm entering that, now all of a sudden you hear saturation on my kick. And I can go from moderately shaped, which is here, to annoy the neighbors. Back in the days we used to do it by overdriving the mixing console. But obviously all you old school people out there know that once you bought a console secondhand, you were always checking out channel number 1, because that's usually where the bass drum was situated. And if it crackled, you know, I've got a hardcore DJ that has been working this desk, let's not buy it. I have now got this Valco FX KGB distortion. Thanks for Valco for sending it to me. So I'm using it on the kick drum. Then advancing, I'm trying to add a little bit more of a high-end content thingy on this beat. So I'm thinking the second step would be obviously a hi-hat. So I'm gonna put a hi-hat in. So as you can hear, there's a little bit of a shuffle also going, and that shuffle is coming from the 909. Now the advantage of having the 909 be the brain in a way of considering the guy that handles the drums is that if I'm going to my shuffle, if I'm going way in, you can hear get that minimal techno vibe. But 4 is a little bit too much for me, so I'll go to 2. Instead of so you can, you know, it's a lot of swing here. So 2 is giving it a little bit of life, right? I've got a clap sitting here also. I'm on 130 BPM, by the way, might you wonder. And that's also coming from the RK008, so that is the brain sending out stuff. Over on the far side, you see this small little orange device. This is also by RetroKids, it's the RK006. This is a Midi USB hub, it can be whatever you want it to be. Basically, I'm sending one port to the RK, one outputs of the RK008, and those 10 MIDI ports that it has, it's got 2 ins and 10 outs. You can say, I'm working with my modular, how can I get my signal to go in modular wise? Well, easy, you just hook this up to the computer, tell it, you know, channels 6 to 10 is going to be CV or gate or DIN sync even if you would like to, and tracks 1 to 5 is just going to be general MIDI, on which you can also set how much resolution of MIDI you would like. So there's a lot of things that are possible with this machine. I have got 5 gate signals over on this side and 5 MIDI signals over on this side. So 1 to 5 is just regular MIDI. And that's that. So then I've got this Arturia Mini Lab 3 connected to also to the RK08, so I can address my MIDI capable devices, and then I can play it from here, so it's all easy. Then you see this little device sitting right here, that is my MIDI fighter, which is connected to the tent and Blackbox, because I've got loops and melodies sitting right here. If I don't want to just stay in this stationary techno kind of vibe, I need to advance my music a little bit. So this I can do live, that I can play live. So with my Minitar, go to the channel, so there's a live element that I can bring to the performance as well, which is nice. I will not record it into the RK008, I did it a lot, but then again I've got a sequence that runs all the time, so I'd just like to go in and play. And then the DFAM acts as a catalyst of a tree of some sort. So that's cool, so I can play that, I can play this. So obviously that's another thing that I can do. So that's the MIDI. Then I've got a right symbol for adrenaline here, which if things start to become a little bit more interested, I'm driving that up also. Thinking like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I can drive it a little bit further if need be. And then there's the snare drum. Listen to this snare. We'll take the clap out, ride out, and the snare. Now this is a tricky one because I can use it as a catalyst. But it's just driving the groove. I can use it as drum roll. And kick in, boom. I can use it like this, but I tend to just stick it like here. Not too loud. And then, as I said, I'm going to play a top loop coming from the tent and Blackbox, like so. Now we got more groove, right? Now, there's 3 things that are very important on this specific sound on the DFAM. It being the voltage control amplifier decay, so the VCA decay, very important because with this you control the length of the notes. With this you control the emphasis of the filter. This is called the VCF decay, and obviously with the cutoff, you are controlling the frequency. So You can hide it in the bottom. If I'm taking stuff out, say the snare and the loop, you get start moderately, hide it in the dark is what I call it, you know, to use a little bit of a crazy example. So keep it short. This is why they call it the drummer from another mother, because you can really make these short, snappy sounds on them. Open up a little bit of noise. But I'm not using too much noise. I don't want to hear all the notes, so I'm going to lower this. And this voltage controlled filter decay, it's absolutely amazing because it works in tandem with the velocity, which means that if you open up the velocity knobs, it will make that techno pattern that everybody knows. Now you hear all the notes, so you hear this. For every tick, you'll hear a note. But from the minute I'm starting to open this up, now you get it. Now here. See, and that's the DFAM for you right there. So instant groove. So you don't need a breakbeat of some sort. You don't need any loops that you need to sample if you don't have to. For this example though, I like to add a little bit of a loop in there, but you got two things going. Instant neck action. Okay, moving on. Then there is the 303 sitting right here that's also being fed a MIDI signal from the 909. So the 909 sends a signal to the TB03 and that I have pitched. The trick though to make those things work is to make this frequency window in your brain. If you don't know what I'm talking about, a little bit of frequency knowledge will help you out. So get a book on what frequencies work. This being the dominant one, I need this to sit in the bottom of the speaker. And then I need to add this to it. Now, if I was to leave it as is, which is cut off all the way down, a little bit of resonance, a little bit of envelope, decay open and accent open, but no overdrive, the DFAM is going to drown this thing out. Now, since I don't want to EQ on this moderately priced, not too expensive mixer, I do not trust my EQs too much. It's not an SSL mixer, so obviously I'm going to do more harm trying to use these EQs than helping the sound. So I'd rather prefer to just work on the sound itself. Listen, I'm going to take out the loop, take out the hat, so you can really focus on these bass notes. Well, let's take out the kick as well, listen. It's nice if you intend to do it this way, but for me, when I'm working with not too many band members in my electronic orchestra, everybody needs to be there and you need to hear them. So we're going to make sure that we're going to hear this sound without altering that sound, right? So we're going to add a little bit of overdrive and listen to what happens if I open up the cutoff frequency. There it is. So this is now a little bit thinner because overdrive will take out low end, will just cross your sound. But again, in moderation, you know. This is nice, but we're not trying to hurt anybody. We're not trying shooting any razor blades in people's ears. So we keep it moderately. It'll become squelchy as it is. So no further than 1 o'clock. How does this relate to the Minitar? Let's try. I'm gonna go to the Minitar here and then see? So between 10 and 11 is where the sweet spot is for this sound. Obviously louder, but only if I want to add another note am I going to open this up. That note, it's only audible when this goes to 2 o'clock. Well, it's playing right now, but you just won't hear it. This low note is very sustained on the Minitar. I'm going to take it out. So that's how I work the sounds. Now, with the drums, it sounds like. Okay. Gonna put that top loop back in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there you go. So you got a little bit of a vibe and a groove going. Now this is all nice and well. You can keep this up for a long time, but at some point, someone's going to say like, can we please get some variety? This is not like a DJ set where the track will just do whatever the track needs to do. You need to work it yourself. So on my Blackbox, I have got multiple things for one track. A column from top to bottom is how I space one track out. So I'm using 3 elements for one song. And one of those elements being a top loop. So it's easy for me to produce. I know I need an arpeggio. So let's lower this 303 and listen to this sound. And it's got a little bit of a theme. And I want something in there that is a pum 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 pum. So every time when it comes around, it gets that uplifting feeling. So let's listen to this in solo. That's the difference. There's a little bit of variety. I can open it up because I've got the filter right here as well. So muffle it up. It will play around with my DFAM. And on this sequence, the notes that are playing on the DFAM are also playing in this arpeggio. So this is also going to always work. If I open this up and open this up. So this can be the track already. Nothing too complicated. You kick there with my crackling fader. Now, if I'm using a lead on top of it, that's the next row up. Even sometimes I'll go up to 4, but I think let's limit myself creative-wise. Top loop is what I need. I need an ARP, which is this, that I can filter, and I need a top loop playing. So this is already moving the track, right? And then get my own hi-hat. Clap. There's another fader going. Oh, my mixer's almost done, so I'm happy for that. And then the snare. So it's going. Now, to add a little bit more flavor, obviously, I can go in and play a chord and filter that down. As a blanket of sound, but I'm using this only towards the end of the build of the track, right? So, cool. Let's leave it there. And let's tone it down a little bit. What I also have done on the first send is my reverb settings. So I've got the digital delay DD500, I've got the Black Sky by Strymon, and those are coming back to the 2-track of the mixer. So that means that I've got to also level everything on this, right? So what I will do is listen to my head, for instance. It's just the head. As you can hear. Effect level right here. So I can just like do that top dub techno thing, right? Bass line. Filter this out. So that's pretty much how I set that up. Now, when I want to do a lead, and I can hear you think, why are you only using one fader for the 1010 Blackbox, which is a stereo machine, obviously, with stereo reverb and stereo delay? Well, I could not accommodate more stuff, so I needed to just like think out of the box, and I've overcrowded this mixer as it is. So, theme. Also coming from the Blackbox. Boom, bam, boom, bam. boom bam, boom bam, dum dum, dum dum, dum dum dum. I'm going to use this ostinato bass line to leave it in its own place. I'm actually going to just open up a little bit so that you have that cadence. Ba-ba-dum, ba-ba-dum, ba-ba-dum. I'm going to go to the Minotaur and play a theme. Now all of a sudden I can play my chord scheme. Go back and play. Go up. Nice one. And play. So this is what I do for the drop. For the drop. Okay, we need a kick drum. 1, 2, 3, and. And then when I want to make a transition, because I can't keep playing and handling this, I will probably open up the notes so that it just keeps running. There you go. And filter it down. And now I can enter the drums back in, like so. Filter this down. Take it out. Also got a right cymbal somewhere. Here. Out with the Minotaur. In, 2, 3, go. Play around with the 303, bring it back in. Out with the kick. And obviously that theme is not going to play forever. So I prefer to just say okay, I'm going to take out the theme, which is sitting here on the third one. Take it out, 1, 2, 3. So you make a transition that way, and then build it down. Take out the right cymbal, and as you take out the right cymbal, this goes in tandem with lowering the filter on the 3B03. Listen. So people will focus, oh wait a minute, and you just work your way down the stairs. So this goes down. The next thing that comes to me is snare drum and the filter here. On the DFAM, filter on the DFAM, tone it down a little bit. Here we go. Now I can hear that hi-hat being open. Same thing, take out the clap. Focus on the hi-hat. Now I hear the 303 again, and I'm going to take out the 303 and lower the DFAM and take out the top loop, like 1, 2, 3, go. And we're back. Take out a little bit of delay on the DFAM. Kick out, 1, 2, 3, and stop. And that is how I literally work it. Now, how to go to a different track. The next column over is the next tune, right? So this will be stopping then, and this would be playing, and then another thing will start. Now that I've got this, so if I play this, this will be my second track with a different top loop. Simple. So with the kicker, and that's how I just build it up, transpose everything, play the different vibe, and yeah. So, and I love it because I will alter the bass line a little bit and seek for the tuning, because now I think, let's see if it's playing this. That's playing, let's start it again. Stop it, run, go here, stop, this also on stop, because everything keeps playing, that one. So now the kick will start, that one will start on time, and this would start, I'll also have this. So you'll hear that the DFAM and that second theme on the Blackbox are going to be out of tune. To my mind, this needs to go 4 notes down, if I'm hearing it correctly. 3. There you go. So now I've tuned it to, and you need to be careful not to accidentally hit this frequency knob, otherwise. So cool. So now I've got another bass line that goes, and I can tweak it up, say like, okay, I need to hear different notes. Ba-ba-doo, ba-ba-doo. See? Ba-ba-doo, ba-ba-doo. Okay, got it. It's just playing around with it. Cool, now that I got that. Different theme. Very open, very spacey. Next one. Which would work if you take out the top loop. Taking the theme out and playing my heads, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go. And that's it. And just build it up from there. Now, I hope that this is helpful for you, that this enlightens you a little bit on what is possible. This is how I do it. Don't be a stranger. Please do leave a comment in the section below, and I love you guys. Gust Wittevrongen, Brian Hook and Bas Moerland are new patrons for this week. Thank you very much. It's the support platform Patreon, where you guys can support the vibe. I mean, there's free memberships, so do join on board, and I'll just like give out some information. Occasionally I'll throw in a sample pack or some samples that I'm using. Yeah, so for now I'm just going to throw that live set that I did, I'm going to throw that out there. And on the paid membership there is a bridge that goes into Discord where we talk to each other a little bit more. So it's cool to create a community, but a community only works if there's interaction. And the interaction takes place on Discord, which is what Patreon has provided, a bridge into Discord, as they feel Discord is more of a connecting community kind of app, and it works. So there's video chats there, you can show your demos, play your demos, you can just like go live and show people what it is that you're doing. After this video premiere, we usually do video chats, so it's absolutely amazing to really connect with like-minded people. And I'm mostly there in the Friday night chats as well, so you can ask me questions, or if something is unclear about the video, you can also say like, what was that on about? Can you explain a little bit more? And I'll be happy to just go in detail, as nerd talk is what I love to do. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you made it this far into the video, you are an absolute superstar. Let me know on how your process is, how you work it, what your train of thought is. And even if you don't work outside of the box, I do think there's a lot of value out of the things that I'm telling you that could also apply working in the box. However, you know what I'm saying. Okay, thank you for watching. I guess that's that for today. This concludes our broadcast day. Not for too long. Next week there's going to be another video. So I'm in a kitchen. Thank you for watching. I'm out.